Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Welcome to day 14 of Wax Front. There's only 10 more days to go, guys. So you can see here, this patient's come through feeling very, very blocked up. Now, this was a lovely chap. He actually came through to clinic today. Elderly gent, has been really, really struggling with his hearing. He wears hearing aids provided by the National Health Service here in the UK, which do a fantastic job, by the way, guys. Amazing service. What's happened is basically he hasn't been able to hear with his hearing aids. The family have noticed his TV's been turned up. It's just really not being able to converse with him very well. Now, what you can see is a lot of very, very soft wax. Now, in fairness to this gentleman, he's been using lots of drops prescribed by the GP, which have softened the wax, but the difficulty is it's so deep in the canal that it hasn't really shifted it along at all. It's really too deep for the natural mechanisms that would expel wax aren't really found this deep in the ear canal. This would normally be used to migrating skin rather than this kind of chunky, thick wax you've got down here. You can see in here where there's been a lot of drops going in, the skin has become sort of over moisturized, and you can see that to the right hand side of the suction tube there. That's a flap of skin that's come off the canal wall. You see that a lot when somebody's used to say a heck of a lot of olive oil, or you get it a lot as well, or more commonly when people have used a sodium my goodness me, I'll put my teeth in, hydrogen peroxide drops a lot as well. It tends to kill off that first layer of skin in the ear canal, and it comes away in sheets, a bit like this is here. So you can see that kind of ribbon of skin coming away there off the side. There we go, just blocking the suction tube. We'll go back in now. Just get the next piece. Lifting there from the base of the canal. You can see how that skin is detaching. You can see the fresher, healthier looking skin underneath there. So I'm trying to take this away. You kind of have to peel it, but in order for you to do an effective peel, you really need nothing sitting on top of it, so that way then you can get a really good peel all the way down the canal. But obviously with this thicker block of wax here sitting on top of it, it means it doesn't peel away as effectively, but it's starting to come away now. There you are. You can see the skin peeling away there from the left hand side as well now. So it really was kind of over oiled, if you like, or over dropped in here. There we go. Now we're coming to that deeper central plug. I'd imagine this eardrum is going to look a little bit messy after this as well. Another little bit of skin to the right hand side, just coming away. There's a big old hair in there as well, but I think that's just going to come away with the plug. Let's aim for this bottom section now. Right, it looks like there's we're getting a little bit more of a solid piece there. Where you saw that coming away there. So it's not unusual when you have plugs like this. Obviously the oils and drops and things we put in will soften the outer part of that particular plug. In the center of the plug then, you see a big bit of skin here, sorry, I'm getting a bit distracted. But the center of the plug tends to be a little bit harder. We've got a lot of skin debris here. Because the drops didn't come into flicking from subject to subject, it seems to be a little bit harder because the drops don't actually get to that central core. It just softens the outside edge. Now we get into this hard core we were talking about, and it was wrapped in skin as well, this one. You can see this skin and wax coming away really, really well. Just got a little bit stuck. There's that bit of skin coming away. It's got a little bit stuck there on the inner part of the ear canal. So let's just take that away. There we are. So I'm expecting to see a very splodgy looking ear canal in here with little bits of soft wax all around the place in here. Always a little bit more difficult to get those away with suction, and it depends on what your patient will tolerate as well. So this patient was doing really, really well. Ideally, what I want to do here is just uncover the eardrum. I've given some maintenance advice to this to the family as well for this one. So this gent, I've told them, use a little bit of olive oil, but only about once a month, just to keep everything soft, keep it migrating out, and it'll stop it from getting to this kind of extent of blockage again. Then another big chunky bit of wax and skin coming down the canal. I can just saw a very brief glimpse of the eardrum behind that as well. So I think we've uncovered the eardrum here. Let's get rid of that bit. Let's go back in. Yeah, there's the eardrum there. We can see it lovely. Let's get this last little bit away. There we are. You can see some, basically some discolored oil, some brown splodges on the canal wall and some on the eardrum as well. That's just very, very thin layer of more sort of oily wax there coming away. Now that's going to migrate out really, really well on its own. We might just try and get a little bit of, there we are, you can see that just coming away. So you'll get this oily wax. Now will just migrate out on its own. We don't really need to do a lot about that. It's keeping the ear nice and healthy. It's keeping it, the health of the ear supported by protecting it against infection and things like that as well. So this is the patient's other ear. A slightly different story on this one. Now, this is not uncommon with patients. If they've put oil in one side, oil tends to expand the wax, and you'll feel it will be you'll feel a little bit more blocked up first off before the oil really starts to do its job. So when you've got a patient who's got sort of two ears that are pretty blocked, they obviously don't want to feel really blocked up in both sides. They tend to treat one ear first, and then when that one's cleared, they'll treat the other side. So it's not unusual for patients to come through with one really, really soft set of wax and one slightly harder set, because bless them, they don't want to feel blocked up all the way. So you'll see what's happening here. This is what that wax on the other side would have originally looked like. Look how tough this is here. You can see actually peeling the skin underneath as well. So we normally talk about this being like the skin of a custard. This is actually much more firmer than that. There's that underlayer is almost solid. So as it's peeling away, it's coming away very, very well. We've run out of room though. You can see I'm trying to wiggle it from right to left. I should really wiggle it from right to left there, but you can, when you're doing a peel, you need enough space to be able to lift all off the canal all the way down. Obviously with this ear canal we got so far down, and then it was sort of hitting the opposing canal wall. It's starting, there you go, really lifting this down. Oh, it's not, you can see it's really tough, this underlayer. Whereas on the other side, you could see that skin was very floppy as it was coming off the canal wall. It was very, very moisturized, very, very soft. This is tough, tough skin underneath here. There we go. It's just really starting to get a couple more of these pieces away. Can we budge that top section? I'm hoping this back section you can see here. So what we've been working on at the moment is this kind of sort of front end of the wax, a little bit like almost like a tail, if you like, at the front, which is quite close to the canal wall. But we've also got this central plug back here, which is relatively thin in fairness, but it has blocked the entire canal. And you can see I'm working on that now. Very sticky here as well. We're at a bit of an impasse at the moment because I can't detach this blockage to the right hand side, so this skin layer, I can't lift it high enough to detach it off the canal wall. It's really holding on, but if I try and pull the back section through, this front section is going to hold on to it. So we're at a bit of a kind of an impasse as to which way to approach this for the best. So you can see I'm actually trying to use both sides. So what I'm trying to do here is detach from the front, but also to roll the wax down the canal, which is going to detach that rear more sticky section as well. I think we'll pop, I was going to say, we're going to pop some olive oil in here at some point. That's going to help just to get rid of this. Let's see if we can pull this. Oh, there we go, with a bit of movement there to that top section. Let's see if we can draw this bit down. Look how that's coming down. The technique we're using here is just kind of holding on, very short, just a bit of oil in the camera, very short movements to the wax, really. So holding on to it and little sort of lifts and movement, and then repositioning and lift and moving again. So you're really kind of teasing this off the canal wall here. There we are. Now can you see the whole, as we're lifting, this whole thing start to move. So we've just got a little chunk of that dry skin. That's going to help. Anything we take off the canal wall is going to reduce the amount of adhesion of the wax on that wall itself. Let's lift this from the base now. There we go. There's the movement we were looking for. So out this starts to come. There we go. All the way out. Let's just tidy up this front section here a little bit. This is kind of drier, more crumbly type wax here. So let's get rid of all of this. There we go. That's come away really, really well. We're going to take a look at the eardrum now behind that one. So let's get rid of all. Give it all those bits. There we are. Eardrum itself looking nice and healthy. Ear canal much clearer. Patient hearing so much better. So this is what we removed. So we've got 5.5 centimeters, 2 1/8 of an inch, guys. There you go. Very relieved to get that out. Hearing so much better there. Yeah, really pleased. Family were happy. You could hear his family. Everyone was pleased. It was a lovely appointment to do. Okay then, guys, well, enjoy yourselves tonight, and I shall see you again tomorrow. As always, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your ears, and take care of one another, and I'll see you again tomorrow night. Bye guys.